Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get you well informed fast. Now, if you're running a small or mid-sized business, you definitely know the feeling. Tight budgets, never enough time, and this digital marketing landscape that just keeps changing. It's overwhelming, right? Trying to juggle social media, emails, ads, all while actually, running the business. You're probably thinking, how on earth do I do more with less, especially with marketing? Well, today we're doing a deep dive into something that could really be a game changer. AI-powered marketing agents. Not some far-off future thing, but tools available right now for SMBs. We're talking about intelligent tools that specifically help businesses like yours boost their marketing through really incredible personalization and customer engagement, giving you a serious competitive edge.
That's exactly right. That's our mission today. We want to unpack how these, let's call them intelligent software assistants, can automate those routine tasks, deliver truly personalized customer experiences, but do it at scale and actually free up your valuable time. So we'll look at what's out there now, what these AI agents can actually do, the cost versus the benefit, which is crucial, and some practical steps for getting started. And this isn't just theory, it's really happening. We're seeing surveys showing over half of small businesses are already using some form of AI, mostly in marketing and customer service.
Okay, let's unpack that then. Before we jump into the solutions, let's really dig into the marketing minefield that SMBs face every single day. I bet you're nodding along to some of these already.
Oh, absolutely. The challenges are, they're incredibly common, and they create this kind of perfect storm. First off, there's just the sheer lack of time, the time constraints. I mean, think about this. 56% of SMBs spend 1 hour or less per day on marketing. Over half of owners. Less than 5 hours per week, total.
Wow, 5 hours a week. That's nothing when you think about everything marketing involves.
Exactly. It leads to procrastination on key things like, consistent social media or strategic planning. They just get pushed aside.
Yeah.
Then, of course, there's budget constraints. Always a top challenge, right alongside generating leads. SMBs run lean. They can't afford massive campaigns or big marketing teams.
Yeah, every dollar counts. You know you need to market, but you're watching every penny.
It's a real tightrope walk. And it ties into the next big one, lead generation and audience targeting. Customer acquisition is the #1 challenge for 60% of small businesses. So many feel like they're just, shooting in the dark, wasting money on broad ads that don't really connect with the right people.
Which has to be incredibly frustrating, spending money and not seeing results.
Exactly. And that points to a knowledge and strategy gap. A huge 73% of SMBs aren't confident their current marketing strategy is even working. Modern marketing, with SEO, algorithms changing all the time. It's honestly daunting if you're not a specialist. How do you even know what's effective anymore?
That makes total sense. And then there are just so many channels, social media, email, search, maybe even offline stuff. Where do you even start?
Right. That's channel overload. Well, 82% agree multi-channel is better. Only 16% feel confident they've picked the right mix. Almost 40% say figuring out the right channels is their biggest area for improvement. And finally, there's a pretty significant tech and automation gap. Lots of repetitive stuff is still done manually. Now, about a third of SMBs are saving time, maybe 40+ minutes a week, using some automation or AI for content and social. But that means 2/3 are not yet leveraging these tools. That's a massive missed opportunity for efficiency.
So putting it all together, SMBs are really caught in this bind of trying to do more with less in a world that demands more attention, more content, more personalization. They desperately need solutions to streamline things, make the most of their resources, and get insights without, hiring an entire marketing department. Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. Let's talk about these AI marketing agents. What exactly are they, and how are they different from, say, the basic automation tools maybe some of us are already using, like an email autoresponder?
That's a really important distinction. AI agents aren't just following rules you set up. They are intelligent software assistants that can perform tasks, autonomously make decisions, interact, and crucially, learn from data as they go. So traditional automation is like, if this happens, then do that. Like if someone signs up, send this specific email. Very rule-based. AI agents are different. They understand context, they adapt, they optimize in real time based on what's working. Think of it like a good chef tasting a sauce and adjusting the seasoning on the fly versus someone just rigidly following a cookbook recipe.
Okay, that makes sense. More like a thinking partner than just a programmed robot.
Exactly. And their capabilities directly tackle those SMB pain points we talked about. Take customer service. AI chatbots, like maybe Drift or Intercom, provide instant 247 answers. And get this, 61% of customers actually prefer a speedy AI response for simple things. These bots can boost customer satisfaction, your CSAT score, by up to 33%, and they free up your human team for the complex stuff.
So it handles the common questions, letting your team focus on trickier issues.
Precisely. They can also handle lead qualification. They monitor prospects, ask smart qualifying questions, analyze behavior like website visits or email opens to figure out who's really interested. This saves so much time filtering out tire kickers, letting your sales team focus on the hot leads.
Okay, that alone sounds valuable. What about content? That's such a time sink.
Huge time sink. And this is where generative AI shines. Tools like Jasper, Copy.ai, even ChatGPT can generate social media posts, ad copy, blog ideas, even draft entire articles. Mailchimp has an email content generator that drafts emails and suggests subject lines that are likely to perform well. Imagine cutting your writing time down dramatically. Hours back in your week.
That really would be a game changer for content creation and social media management. Another black hole for time.
Absolutely. For social media, AI helps with scheduling, finding the right audience segments, and even social listing. Tools like Brand24 can monitor mentions of your brand, catching positive or negative feedback quickly so you can respond. For ads, AI like Pattern89 can optimize campaigns, automatically adjusting bids, targeting, even suggesting which ad creative is likely to work best based on data. Takes a lot of the guesswork out.
Less guesswork, more results. I like the sound of that. What else?
Well, it supercharges email marketing and CRM workflows. AI can personalize send times. Seventh Sense does this, sending emails when each individual is most likely to open them. Platforms like HubSpot have AI features built in now to automate campaigns and give you smart recommendations. And then there's analytics and decision support. Predictive AI can forecast customer lifetime value, predict who's likely to convert, identify your best marketing channels. Some e-commerce platforms even use AI to suggest optimal pricing in real time. It gives you a strategic edge.
Okay, this range of capabilities is, well, it's impressive. But back to the practical side for an SMB. How do these tools fit into what you already have? Do you need a big IT department to set this up? Because that's often a deal breaker.
Yeah, that's a super common worry, but the good news is, mostly no. The vast majority of AI marketing tools aimed at SMBs are cloud-based. So no complex server setups on your end. It's much more about configuration, not coding, setting things up, connecting accounts.
Configuration, not coding. I like that.
Right. And many are either built into platforms you might already use, like HubSpot, Mailchimp, Shopify, or they integrate really easily using tools like Zapier. It's often plug and play. The main thing, honestly, the main technical requirement is making sure your data is in decent shape. Is it reasonably clean? Is it consolidated somewhere the AI can access it? That's the key prep work, more than heavy IT lifting.
Okay, good to know. Now let's really zoom in on what feels like the core promise here for SMBs. Using these AI agents to deliver amazing personalization and really boost customer engagement, how exactly do they pull that off?
It really starts with data-driven personalization. AI agents can ingest and analyze just vast amounts of customer data purchase history, browsing behavior, how they interact with your emails, everything. They identify subtle patterns, things humans would likely miss, and use that to create these really fine-grained microsegments. Or sometimes they treat each customer as a unique segment of one.
A segment of one, so truly individual.
Exactly. This allows for incredibly relevant one-to-one experiences, but delivered at scale, something that was just physically impossible for an SMB to do manually before. And it can happen in real time. Imagine someone browsing your website, lingering on, say, running shoes. The AI can instantly adjust the content they see on the page, maybe show more running gear, or trigger a chatbot with a relevant offer right then and there.
Wow, okay. Humans just can't react that fast for potentially thousands of visitors at once.
No way. And that level of responsiveness, that immediate relevance, makes customers feel really understood, like you've got a personal shopper anticipating their needs.
And does that feeling, that personalization, actually translate into better results? Like, does it boost satisfaction or sales?
Oh, absolutely. The data is pretty clear on this. This kind of personalization can boost customer satisfaction by up to 20% and conversion rates by up to 15%. In e-commerce, those personalized product recommendations, they can drive up to 31% of an online store's revenue. That's huge.
31%, just from recommendations.
Right. And we see SMB case studies backing this up. Higher email open rates, more sales when messages are tailored. Agency Pure, for instance, saw their email metrics climb using Rasa.io for personalized newsletters. And those AI chatbots providing faster personalized service, they can improve CSAT by 15% or more and slash issue resolution times by over 60%. That's a double win. Happier customers, more efficient support.
Okay, that covers individual interactions. But customers jump around, right? They see an ad on social, visit the website, get an email. How does AI keep track and provide a smooth experience across all those touch points?
That's another place AI really shines, managing those multi-touch customer journeys. It provides continuity and context. It works by unifying data from all those different channels, usually within a CRM like HubSpot or an email platform like Mailchimp. So the AI knows what the customer saw or did previously. Mailchimp's AI, for example, can link your ad campaigns to your email workflows. So if someone clicked an ad for product X, the AI ensures the follow-up emails are about product X or related items, not something random. It makes the whole journey feel connected and intelligent.
Okay, this sounds incredibly powerful, but all this data analysis tracking behavior for personalization, it does raise the privacy question, doesn't it? How do you do this without freaking out customers or crossing lines?
That is the crucial question, and SMBs have to be really thoughtful and ethical here. Number one is consent and transparency. Laws like GDPR and CCPA are clear. You need explicit consent to collect and use personal data for marketing like this. And you need to be transparent in your privacy policy about how you're using AI and data. Number two, data security. You absolutely have to vet your AI vendors. Make sure they have strong security practices because a data breach is devastating, especially for a smaller business's reputation.
Right, trust is everything.
Exactly. Number three is avoiding the creepiness factor. There's a fine line between helpful personalization and feeling like Big Brother is watching. AI might uncover sensitive patterns, but you need to use that insight ethically. Don't target based on sensitive attributes, for instance.
Yeah. Helpful, not creepy. That's the goal.
Definitely. Fourth is watching out for bias and fairness. AI learns from historical data, and if that data has biases, the AI can perpetuate them. So human oversight is really important to check for unintended discriminatory outcomes. And finally, building consumer trust. Be upfront if a chatbot is AI. Let people easily opt out or adjust their preferences. And honestly, educating customers, helping them understand that AI means faster service and more relevant offers for them can go a long way. Because, 77% of SMB owners themselves feel they don't know enough about AI, so consumer education is key too.
Okay, those are really important guardrails. Now let's talk brass tacks, the cost. These benefits sound amazing, potentially transformative, but is this actually affordable for a typical small business? Or is it still mainly for the big guys with deep pockets?
That's probably the biggest misconception out there. The reality is AI marketing tools have become surprisingly affordable, especially for SMBs. Many operate on a subscription model, often in the range of, say, $2,200 to $200 a month. Mailchimp's AI features start around $13, $20 a month. Jasper for content generation starts at $49. Compare that to hiring even an entry-level marketer, you're talking maybe $3,000, $4,000 a month or more with salary and benefits.
Wow, okay, so the cost comparison is pretty stark when you put it that way.
It really is. It's a fraction of the cost.
Yeah.
And the biggest impact often comes from labor and time savings. There's a recent survey, 2025, I think, that found AI adoption saves SMB marketers around 13 hours per week per person.
13 hours a week, that's like getting an extra day and a half back.
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
If you value that time at, say, $25 an hour, that's $1,300 in labor value saved per month. Another study found 58% of SMBs using AI saved over 20 hours a month. This translates directly into lower operating costs estimated around $4,739 per month saved on average, leading to a median annual cost saving of $7,500.
$7,500 in median annual savings. That's a number that gets your attention as a small business owner. That's real money. So what does the ROI look like? How quickly do you make back that monthly subscription fee?
The return on investment ROI is often incredibly fast, frequently within just a few months. Think about it. SMBs might spend, on average, maybe $1,800 a year on these AI tools, but they're seeing a median saving of $7,500 a year. That's roughly a 4x return. For every dollar you put in, you're getting about $4 back in savings or efficiency gains.
A 4 times return. Okay, so it's clearly not just an expense. It's an investment that pays back quickly.
Exactly. And it's not just about saving money, remember. It drives growth, too.
Yeah.
91% of SMBs using AI report actual revenue growth. 40% saw growth over 6%. We see examples like a retail brand increasing average order value by 11% and conversion rates by 26% using AI recommendations. A digital agency got a 500% ROI, automated email campaign saved $10, made an extra $50. So when you compare AI versus hiring staff, the AI agents work 24/7, they scale affordably, they fill skill gaps without the fixed cost of employees. AIs might not replace all humans, but it massively augments your existing team, lets them do so much more. There was one kind of extreme example, a healthcare SMB. They figured adopting AI let them avoid hiring 3 additional full-time employees, saved them about $400,000 a year.
That's incredible. So what really stands out is that it's this dual benefit, cutting costs and driving real, tangible revenue growth and efficiency. It's not just one or the other. Okay, so for the listener who's thinking, right, this sounds great, I'm convinced it's valuable, but how do I actually do this? I don't have an IT department. Where do you even start with implementation?
Yeah, totally valid question. And the good news is most of these SMB-focused tools are designed specifically not to require an IT team. The technical setup is generally minimal because they're cloud-based. Remember, it's more configuration, not coding. It's about setting up your account, connecting it to your email or website, maybe using an integration tool like Zapier if needed. It's usually straightforward. The main prep work, as we mentioned, is getting your data ready, making sure it's clean and accessible.
And what about getting the team on board? If you have a small team, how do you train them? Is there resistance sometimes?
Training the team is definitely important. The key is to frame AI as an assistant, a helper, not a replacement. Maybe identify 1 or 2 AI champions on your team who are keen to learn first and can then help others. Most schools are designed to be user-friendly, with tutorials and good support. Encourage people to try it, review the AI's output critically but with an open mind. Use free trials to let people experiment and build trust as they see the results.
Makes sense. Start small, build confidence. What are some common roadblocks SMBs hit when they first try implementing AI, and what are the quick fixes?
Yeah, a few common ones pop up. Sometimes there's a lack of clear strategy. People get excited by the tech but don't know what problem to solve first. The fix. Pick just 1 or 2 specific pain points like slow lead follow-up or low email open rates, and set clear goals for the AI. Cost or ROI anxiety is another. Solution. Start with free trials or freemium versions. Track the results carefully, time saved, leads generated to build a solid business case before committing to paid plans.
Okay, start lean, prove the value.
Exactly. Integration issues can sometimes happen if you have older systems. Fix. Use tools like Zapier or Make to connect things. Or prioritize AI tools known to integrate well with software you already use. Employee resistance or just a knowledge gap. Involve the team early. Really emphasize how it helps them provide training and share quick wins and success stories internally.
Show, don't just tell.
Right. If data quality or quantity is a hurdle, start by cleaning up your existing data. If you don't have much data yet, generative AI tools can still be valuable because they come pre-trained, and the initial setup workload can feel daunting. Fix. Treat it like a mini project. Maybe lighten other duties temporarily. Use the vendor's support resources and roll it out in phases, not all at once.
So for someone feeling maybe a bit overwhelmed by the tech side, what are some specific user-friendly platforms they could start exploring?
Definitely focus on the no-code or low-code options first. Things like the AI features built into HubSpot or Mailchimp are great starting points if you already use those platforms. For content, Jasper and Copy.ai are very user-friendly. For chatbots, Intercom and Drift have fairly intuitive setups. ActiveCampaign has good AI-powered automation, and Zapier now has AI options you can build into workflows easily. Honestly, even just playing around with ChatGPT through its web interface to draft some emails or social posts is a really low-stakes way to get your feet wet and see the potential.
Okay, great starting points. We've heard the theory, the potential. Now let's talk proof. Can you share some concrete, real-world examples of SMBs getting measurable wins with these AI agents?
Absolutely. And the results really speak for themselves. In terms of pure productivity, SMBs report gains anywhere from 27% up to an incredible 133%. We heard about one small nonprofit that could create social posts in 5 minutes using AI, a task that used to take them an hour. Think about that scaling up.
Yeah, that's huge for a resource-strapped nonprofit.
Definitely. For engagement, Agency Pure, which we mentioned, saw tangible growth in their email open and click-through rates using Rasa.io for personalized newsletters. Tools like 7th Sense often lead to double-digit increases in open rates just by optimizing send times. When it comes to conversion and sales, that retail SMB boosting average order value by 11% and conversion by 26% with AI recommendations is a great example. Another e-commerce brand saw a 20% higher click-through rate on their personalized emails, which translated to an 8% bump in monthly sales.
8% increase in sales just from better emails. That's significant.
It really is. And customer loyalty improves too. A software startup saw their Net Promoter Score, that key loyalty metric, jump from 30 to 65 after implementing AI support tools, which led to a 40% boost in customer retention. And the cost savings can be dramatic. That healthcare clinic, Presina, saving around $80,000 a year per 5,000 patients just by automating admin tasks, that frees up so much resource for actual patient care.
It's just incredible to see these concrete examples. It shows how these tools are genuinely helping smaller businesses compete to really, as you say, punch above their weight. So looking ahead now, AI isn't standing still. It's evolving incredibly fast. What does this mean for the future? How can our listener, the SMB owner, make sure they stay ahead of the curve?
Yeah, the pace is definitely quickening. We can expect evolving capabilities, think more advanced generative AI creating not just text, but maybe decent video content from simple prompts. We'll likely see more complex agent collaboration, like teams of AI agents working together autonomously on campaigns. We'll also see even more industry-specific AI solutions popping up, finely tuned for niches like restaurants or construction or local services. And AI will become even more deeply embedded in the everyday software we use. Think Microsoft 365 Copilot, Google Ads AI, making it almost invisible but constantly working in the background. The good news is affordability and ease of use should continue to improve, making these powerful capabilities even more accessible.
So if you're an SMB looking at adopting AI now, or maybe choosing your next platform, what strategic factors should you consider to make a smart, future-proof choice?
Good question. First, always tie it back to your specific business pain points. Don't adopt AI just because it's trendy. Pick tools that solve a real problem for you. Second, consider integration with your existing tech stack. Does it play nicely with your CRM, your email platform, your website? Third, evaluate the cost structure and scalability. Can it grow with you affordably? Fourth, look closely at the vendor. Do they offer good support? What are their data privacy policies? You're essentially partnering with them. And fifth, try to choose platforms that demonstrate they are continuously improving and incorporating the latest AI advancements. You want a partner who's evolving too. And to get your business ready, do that data audit. Get your customer marketing data consolidated, ideally in a CRM, and clean it up. Standardize how you collect data going forward. Then think about process alignment. Map out how AI fits into your workflows. Who does what? When does a human take over from the AI? Invest in skill development for your team so they understand how to work with AI. And get your ethical and legal house in order. Update privacy policies, set internal guidelines.
It sounds as the biggest risk now isn't trying AI, but actually not trying it. The risk of inaction seems higher.
I think that's absolutely right. The competitive advantages for early adopters are becoming really clear. You gain an efficiency edge, allowing you to operate leaner, maybe offer better prices. You build a data advantage because your AI learns from your specific customer interactions over time. That's hard for competitors to replicate quickly. You differentiate through a superior customer experience thanks to personalization and responsiveness. You build a reputation for innovation. And fundamentally, you build the internal capabilities to adapt and thrive as technology continues to evolve. You're setting yourself up for future growth.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you, the small or mid-sized business owner listening today? We've really seen that AI marketing agents aren't just for the giant corporations anymore. They're accessible, they're affordable, and they're incredibly powerful tools that can genuinely transform how you do marketing. They enable a level of personalization, engagement, and efficiency that frankly was unimaginable for most SMBs just a few years ago. You really can do more with less and elevate how you connect with your customers. So here's a thought to leave you with. Think about that one specific marketing headache, that one pain point in your business right now. Maybe it's lead quality, maybe it's content creation, maybe it's just responding quickly enough. How could an AI agent be your first practical step towards punching above your weight and truly transforming your customer engagement? Join us next time for another deep dive into the world of fascinating insights.